The game of money isn't easy. It is really tough and competitive. It is easy to fail, but it takes time and consistency to succeed. I've been investing in the stock market since 2017, and since then I have learned a lot of things that I want to share with you guys. I have made some mistakes and have also succeeded in some investments as well, and since I created this channel to report my investment journey, here I'm sharing different investing strategies and lessons that I have learned in the past. I like to do these videos because I believe it could help many of you guys to avoid mistakes, because as Warren Buffett says, it's good to learn from your mistakes. It's better to learn from other people's mistakes. The first thing I want to talk about is that you should start investing now, no matter what. I understand it is a little bit scary not to understand everything before investing. Don't get me wrong. You should understand what the stock market is, how to invest, and in what you are investing in before investing in anything. But there is a limit of what you can learn before starting. Once you start, you have exposure to the stock market or to real estate or any investment. If it's the stock market, you start having exposure to the movement, the volatility, you see your real money moving, you start having exposure to the investing world. I obviously regret not starting before, but the truth is that investing in the stock market was not a popular thing in my home country. Now it has gotten better, but back in 2014 when I moved to the US was when I started learning about this investing world. In my home country, people tend to invest more in physical businesses and real estates, which is completely fine and a nice investment in my opinion, but not in stock market, and have their money in bonds in the bank, which obviously impressed me. When I moved to the US, I would see 15 to 16 years old kids investing or learning about it already. Nowadays, things have changed in my home country and some schools are even teaching about that, but I didn't have that benefit when I was younger. Now, when you start investing matters more than how much you invest when you start. The amount of years you spend investing in the stock market, for example, has an exponential effect on your growth and profits, which is why we all have seen many calculators saying that if we start investing at 18 years old, it is way exponential growth than 25 years old, for example. Imagine starting at 30 or 40 years old. Still, if you're 30 years old or more, you are not late. Never is late to start investing, so you should start now. If you don't have an account yet, then I would recommend anyone to open an account with Ripple or Robinhood. They are currently giving out some stocks free if you open an account with them and deposit any amount of money, with a link down in the description below. The second thing I want to talk about, which is a lesson that I really learned the hard way, is to take advantage of tax strategies by investing in the long term. You can invest in the short term, such as trading, mid-term, or long term. When I started by investing in several companies, wanted to be long term, but also doing options day trading. So I was buying and selling stocks or options on a daily basis. I have done that. I've been there. It is exciting, but that will not help us with taxes in the short term. I understand that buying and holding long term might be boring for some of you, but believe me, that is less stressful, more beneficial, and will help you grow your wealth in the long term. When you invest in the short term or day trading, meaning that you buy a stock and sell it within 12 months, you will have to declare those profits, if you had any, in your taxes as short-term capital gain. Same thing with other investments, not only the stock market, same thing with real estate or any other investment. There is a really big tax difference between long and short-term capital gain. Short-term capital gain is taxed as your ordinary income, which means that you can pay as much as 30% in taxes out of that short-term capital gain that you had in that trade. Obviously, depending on your income. For example, I had to pay for short-term capital gains this year for 2021. As many of you know, I sell cover calls whenever I'm able to, but the downside is that that is a short-term capital gain. Instead, the long-term capital gain, it is always lower. Which, talking about short-term investing or day trading, the third lesson I learned the hard way is to never ever try to time the market. Time in the market beats timing the market. As I have always said, the stock market is irrational and really hard to predict. Timing the market is proven to make people make less money or even lose a lot of money. The market is irrational, unpredictable, and very, very volatile. By timing the market, you could lose on the best trading days in the stock market, which means that your portfolio will not grow as expected. I believe that trying to time the market or trying to guess what is going to happen next day is almost impossible, as we have seen how the stock market has gone up after bad news or down after good news. Same thing with trading or gambling during earnings seasons. I used to do that a lot. I remember my worst earnings gamble was with Apple stock. I bought a call as I was expecting Apple to report a nice growth in their earnings, and they did. They reported excellent growth, beat analyst expectations and guidance, but apparently was not enough or was just a little over what was expected, but not that much. So the stock crashed and I lost 100% of that trade within minutes, which was something around $1,000, which at the moment was a lot of money for me. So I was definitely gambling with money that I should not have been gambling. Yes, I was able to make money sometimes, as you can see here, and it felt incredible. I was able to almost double my account my very first week of trading options, but I lost everything weeks later, which is why I really believe that time in the market beats timing the market. Number 4 is to do your own research. I know that sounds boring, but when I say in my videos that this is not financial advice and you should do your own research, it's only because I'm not an expert and no one in social media is an expert in my opinion. I used to post more videos about investing before in order to track my journey. Now I post less videos about investing, but have to say that it was just to report and track my journey. You should always understand what you are investing in and not invest only because the stock is going up or because someone told you to invest in that company, that cryptocurrency, real estate, or anything. Investigate and understand everything before investing in anything. Yes, YouTube might be an excellent source to find out about new companies to invest in the stock market, to learn about others' perspective, but that is not enough to invest in something. Another thing I want to talk about, number 5, is something I learned from Warren Buffett, is to not waste opportunities. Big opportunities in life have to be seized. If you see a good opportunity in the stock market or anywhere, you gotta grab it, because those opportunities do not always come if you miss it. It will take time until you see another big opportunity like that, and believe me, you're going to regret not taking it in the future. 6 is, most importantly than anything else, is to invest in yourself. This might not sound good or might sound like you will not have any return money-wise from it, but believe me that if you learn to communicate better, learn to invest better, learn to analyze better before investing, have a healthy life mentally and physically, you will be able to achieve way more than you believe, which will give you a better return in the long term. Always keep learning. Not because you already graduated from school or from college, you will stop learning. Find things that you like and learn more about them. You like cryptocurrencies? Read about it. You like the stock market? Read about it. You like to invest in real estate? Go and read about it, or find a realtor that could help you learn about it. I did that with investing, for example, and with e-commerce and with my English, as it is not my first language, so I have been practicing for this channel as well. Plus, I also learned another language, which is Portuguese. Learn things you believe are important in life, maintain a healthy life, and the rest will come easily. Also, set goals for your life to feel motivated to continue working towards them, such as financial goals to achieve by age 30. Thank you and see you next time.